listening.
You are the ones who are the ball lickers.
What we got's gonna turn your brain into shit.
Why you laugh?
Zlurpcast!
We're beginning. Xtreme, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Episode 70 of the Zlurpcast. This episode is called Chair Nazi.
Indeed. I have my beverage here. I'm going to be very careful where I set it down.
Yep.
And I'm ready to start Zlurpcast.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting chairs. So I'm Jonny P. That's Xtreme. And
This is Xtreme. I'm sitting in a chair because chairs are for people.
Yep. Are you sitting in your jerk-off station?
No. It's just my Zlurpcast studio station.
Oh, is that, we're not calling it that anymore?
We're calling it a studio now.
We're calling it, why does Chance's Beastman guy have fucking goo all over him? That was you. In your chair. You were painting, you fell asleep with your hand on your dick again. One on the brush, one on the dick.
I hate it when that happens.
Two in the poo, one in the goo.
That's never happened. I've never woken up that way.
What, with two in the poo, one in the goo?
Yeah.
Oh, reversed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, on the Zlurpcast, we talk about things, nouns, person, place, thing, you know. Blood Bowl sometimes. People online are always like, isn't that a Dreadball podcast? Good one. Good one. Yeah, it is. It's a Dreadball podcast, so stop fucking listening now. Please. Whew, I'm good. I swear. I'm good. Yeah, so what? If we talk about Blood Bowl or Dread, whatever the fuck. I could have fucking 3 hours talking about this fucking discoloration on my left nut. Which, if you want to have a look, Xtreme, I'd appreciate it as a friend.
Sure. As soon as we're done recording here.
Yeah. One of my friends that actually had testicular cancer showed his, he actually went to his mom and he's like, Mom, this is going to sound weird. I need you to look at my nuts. And she's like, yeah, those don't, something's not right. And, this guy, great guy. He's had every medical problem in the book. And now he's a stand-up comedian and his whole act is talking about like every medical problem he has. So.
Well, at least something good came from it.
Yeah. And he's a fan of Blood Bowl. He doesn't play, but he follows Zlurpcast. So Patrick O'Hara, I'll throw the name out there. Little plug. He might be coming to an open mic near you. Or not. So anyway, he played, by the fun fact, he played in an old No Mercy event I ran at my house way back when. Fun fact.
Awesome.
So yeah, on the Zlurpcast, this is 70 episodes. Like, fuck, man. Yo, man, fuck, man. Welcome to the jungle, man. That's a lot. That's a lot. But then again, we've been doing it since August 2009. Remember when 3-Diet Block started? And then Tackle Zone started? And then we came out and everyone's like, oh, copy. You fucking copy. And then we had the idea, but it didn't matter, blah, blah, blah. And then Bolt Down started sucking a dick. And they're like, we're going to do one too. And now they're like, we're the best. And we're like, hey, we're still here.
Sometimes, but
not really. But we just did one like 3 weeks ago. So does that count for anything? No, whatever. Not good enough? Not good enough? Does 3-Diet Block still do them every 2 weeks like they promised 12 years ago? Version 6 of the Norse team analysis or whatever? Yeah. Let's just say you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. How much you pay for this episode? Anyone? Anyone, Bueller? Anyone? Xtreme, you want to answer this?
I don't think they paid anything for this episode.
No, I mean, your time. They say time's money, but not your time. Like, no offense, but, you're not a CEO. Not the whole fucking, if Bill Gates dropped 50 grand, he'd be wasting money if he stopped to pick it up. Like, that's not any of us. Myself included, and Xtreme. Our time really isn't money, to be fair.
You're no El Blanco Diablo.
No. Great character. You're not him, though. I know the real Xtreme. Just like me, his time's not money. His time's just time. And that's what you paid for this. So, this is what you get. Are you going to be rickrolled? Jason Turner, Indiana, great guy. He said he got through about 25 minutes of a rickroll.
I'm surprised at how many people we run into that say that they made it all the way through or made it very far into it.
It's like it was a thing, like a rite of passage. Like, I made it all the way through the rickroll episode, and there was nothing at the end. Like, well, first off, that's crazy that you would listen to the whole thing. And even if you fast forwarded, okay, it's not as crazy, but people were actually mad that we didn't put something at the end. Like, they were supposed to be there.
Wasn't it Jeffro that said he finished it and it started playing again and he just let it go?
Yeah, he thought it was still going. Matt McDonough, I remember, Matt McMatt, if you will, better known as, he was like at the end, like, oh, that's it? Like, yeah, that was it. Gotcha. Spaghetti. We got you. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Hey, I got a couple of shout outs. You want to do those?
Let's do them.
Okay. I'm going to look this up. Do you have one? Do you have a shout out?
Well, while you're looking that up, I can talk about a event that's coming up soon.
Cool.
On May 14th, the Madness Cup is going to be happening. Andy Welton is going to be running this. Major Tusk to those of us in the know. And it's going to be in Urbandale, Iowa at the Holiday Inn Hotel and Suites as part of the Muse on Miniatures convention.
Mom, if you will.
Indeed. MomCon.
If you bring your mom, you get in for free. That's not a rule, but it should be a rule.
A single day pass to the convention is $30, and the tournament will be taking place on the Saturday of the convention. It's a 1-day 4-round tournament, and I'm sure Andy will do a good job running that. So you should go out there and try out a new tournament starting up in Iowa. Yeah. Major Tusk, a very legendary coach in the Blood Bowl tournament scene. He's been to every Chaos Cup, right? He has. That's 13, I think we're up to now. One more than me. Yep. And one more than me. Legendary coach. He, back in the old days, ran BloodBowlCentral.com, a site that I personally stole graphics from. So thank you. I didn't ask permission. I just said, hey, here's some cool graphics. I'm going to take them and use them for my league. Not for profit, but for my league. Oh, it was the Crusher League rulebook that Andy had. Remember that? Yes, I do. And the background, because I still don't know anything. I mean, I pretend to know about computers, but I don't know shit. He had a really cool background on this Word document. And I'm like, I could try to create something, but it's already really done for me. So I just, lifted his format, typed over stuff, added my own shit in there. Because we had our own league rules. Back in the old days, it was weird to not have house rules. We had one fucking league where we had fucking bloodthirsters, we had just fucking giants, we had centaurs, fucking unicorns. We had all kinds of random shit in our league. So anyway, Crusher League rulebook. Andy created that. And I think way back, and then I posted it new to the internet. I believe I got a message hey, that's mine. I'm like, oh, thanks. Sorry, bro. No, great guy. So go check it out if you're in the Iowa area, Midwest area. It's part of a con and it's only 1 day. So do Blood Bowl 1 day, play some other games the rest of the time. So every now and then I get random emails, messages, tweets, whatever. And in those, it always surprises me to just randomly get someone saying, hey man, I love Zlurpcast. It's awesome. Because one, I don't think it's awesome. I think it's the worst. It's horrible. It's fucking insufferable. It is. Give me another word like that. It is. Bad. But we do it because we like it. And people that listen to us for a long time, they seem to want to hear more. So every now and then I'll be like, oh, a new name. I don't know this person. So either they just discovered it or they've been listening the whole time and they just, long time listener, first time caller, sports radio. So this gentleman, Tim Walker or Timothy Walker,
if you're being more formal. He's in the Texas area. He just was recently at Matt McMahon's tournament, by the way. He did pretty good there, I heard. Which, by the way, cool venue. It was at this brewery, and there was a fucking wrestling ring there. That was awesome. You see that?
I did. I was pretty jealous.
Yeah, very jealous. I'm normally never jealous of Matt McMahon. No, he's a good fella, but he lucked out with the venue. That's all I'm saying. Tim Walker was there, and he said, I don't want to read all of it because we got a little personal. Started getting a little deep. Now, he just basically said, he asked about other podcasts that were on. I said, I do a semantic one. And he asked, are there dick and ball jokes there? I said, it's pretty clean, unfortunately. He's like, fuck. So he said, I'm on my third replay of all the Zlurpcasts. Not looking forward to when you guys have a dry spell and nothing coming out. I get in trouble at work when I laugh loud from G-Dub. So he had a lot more compliments. So pretty awesome, Tim Walker. Thanks for reaching out and listening. Hopefully your boss gives you a raise for listening to G-Dub and laughing. You know what? Next time, don't use headphones. Just put the speakers on really loud and put on episode 30 or put on the Dub Bowl episode, whatever one that was, and just blast it. You know, all of a sudden Linda in the office walks by. She hears G-Dub talking about, at the very least, get your dick sucked. Linda gets mad, tells the boss, you get called in. Then you know what you do when you get called in? You pull your dick out. Because what do you got to lose? It's going down anyway. You might turn the tables on the situation. I'm just saying. It's already going to go bad. So you're in there with the boss.
She might be so impressed that she's like...
Well, I was thinking many different ways. So Linda's there. The boss is there. Maybe your HR bitch is there too. So you're in there. You know you're going to get canned for this. So pull your dick out. Linda might say, She might say, hello. Your boss might be like, HR bitch might be like, okay, all right. One of the three might start sucking it. Or they might call the police. Either way, you got nothing to lose. That's my point. So, Tim, lesson. Try it out. And if they ask who taught you how to do this, you say Xtreme. The other guy. On this Zlurpcast, we like to talk about things we're doing, things we're working on. The last episode we recorded while we were driving to Adepticon. That actually happened.
Yeah,
Someone said, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm shocked that people didn't believe that really happened.
You know, it's the naysayers in the world, especially in this country too. You know how it is. I say the internet generation, or I also say not just the internet generation, but the internet has turned people into a bunch of sourpusses. Everything's a problem. Everything's a fucking complaint. Every movie fucking sucks. Every TV show fucking sucks. Zlurpcast fucking sucks. I got that one, but so yeah, they're like, they weren't even really this. Who the fuck cares? That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, you should just be happy you got something. How long did we go without one?
Right.
Before that?
Exactly. Be happy you got something. That's a great point. That should be a fucking bumper sticker. Be happy you got something. Everyone's always fucking pissed off. Listen, you got a lot of stuff to look forward to. This is to everybody. Okay? You know, like when you, a fortune cookie or like a fortune teller, they say these general things that apply to everybody. Like, someone you know is feeling pain. Like, okay. I'm going to speak to everybody in this one. You got a lot to look forward to. One, you got the rest of this episode. So we're in our philosophical phase now. We're going to get to the fucking meat and potatoes in a little bit. You got tournaments, leagues, other games to play, which is great. You've got Games Workshop, one of everybody's favorite companies, taking the game back over that they created. How cool is that? They're probably going to touch the rules, probably going to make new rules. Strike LRB 6, strike 5, strike 4, strike them all. You're getting the new fucking rules. So great. So great. I frankly was getting tired of losing, so let's start over. Let's do away with block dice, too, while we're at it. Mine are all fucking skulls. Lot to look forward to. Am I right, Xtreme?
Sure.
Even on the last point?
No, I mean, there's the rest of this podcast, and then after that, do whatever you want with your life, I guess.
But my last point about GW, I mean, that's a good thing, right?
Some people might view it as a good thing. I've heard it may not be as horrible as we might imagine, so I'm hopeful.
New models.
New models are great.
Possibly like twice the size, but whatever. New field, maybe? Probably. Yep. And hopefully new rules. Yeah. I want to get that new rule book. I'm tired of this one. It's old. It's fucking old, man. I want the new shit. Yeah, am I right? Who's with me?
Silence.
Yeah, cricks. So anyway, I think this episode we are going to talk about Adepticon. Just went down 2 weeks ago. Huge gaming convention in the Chicago area. Every miniature game you could think of had an event there. Lots of vendors now. It's grown quite a bit over the last 13 years in existence. We've talked about it on the show many times. Stupor Bowl is there. An 85 Bears themed Blood Bowl tournaments run by Mike Muller, aka Valdrick. So should we just get to it?
I think so.
Is this part of Tournament Graveyard?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So play the thing.
Brought to you by Older Guardian. When you're here, you eat families.
You are tuned into the Zlurpcast. The Tournament Graveyard.
Oh.
Doritos?
No.
Tacos of some kind.
Yeah, I had some popcorn though. Maybe that's what it is. Twitter update here. Phone buzzed. DROACHMEGA says, "Stroke it to Elizabeth, but finish on Duggan. How rude."
Okay.
That was in reference to a tweet earlier today. I posted a picture of an old WWF magazine from '88 with Miss Elizabeth on the cover, and I said I had this issue hidden under my mattress. And then the top said like top stories, and like the latest news on Hacksaw Jim Duggan was on there. So he says, "Stroke it to Elizabeth, but finish on Duggan. How rude." You know what?
D-Roach.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking potty mouth. Who needs him? Keep positive people out there in your life. Not guys like D-Roach. He's what I call a negative influence on society. He's all fucking tatted up. That's all I got on him. I don't have any other bad things on him, but just keep away from him. Stay away from El Roche. So in the graveyard, we talk about things that we've done, things we did, things we went to, places we saw, people we did. So we went to Adepticon. You know this, because episode 69 talked about that. When we got there, first thing we did was just fucking take it in. You're looking around this fucking convention center. Hasn't quite yet reached smelly levels or sm levels. The gamer funk hasn't fucking marinated just yet. It's not hot either. It's not like Gen Con's in the summer. It's actually pretty fucking cold the whole time, as usual. So you just take it in. You take in half a deep breath. Just like a...
Very cautious.
Just like a... Yeah. And you just say, this is what I'm talking about. Huge ballrooms with Kings of War, Warhammer, 40K, Flames of War, war games, skirmish games, board games. There's games everywhere. It's awesome. The new venue, which they had last year as well, everything's all spread out. So it's awesome that you don't feel fucking cramped everywhere. There's actually spots for open games. So you just do your thing, find a spot and play. That was never the case before. So we get there on Thursday, and Xtreme and myself are preparing for the Kings of War team tournament. Kings of War is the fantasy battle game by Mantic Games. Xtreme has an Abyssal Dwarf army with one Abyssal Dwarf. Yeah,
True.
You got a bunch of fucking rock men, lesser obsidian golems, greater, and the dragon. I decided to bring some werewolves, but of the herd variety. A little more agile with Pathfinder. Regeneration's nice, but a little less defense. So we teamed up, and we proceeded to take on our arch nemesis, the Burrito Brothers. Burrito Brothers, Mike and Brian Thompson. So Mike and I were battling of who had the better Brian. Brian's were battling on who fucked up by choosing this Jamoke as a tag partner.
It's the Y versus the I.
The Y versus the I. One's a vowel. One is unsure if it's a vowel.
One is creative enough to be a vowel at times.
Yeah. One is commonly mistaken as brain. Hey, brain. Spell check won't pick it up because brain's a word, I think. Brian with a Y, if you spell it wrong, I don't know what you're going to get. Crying? What do you get if you spell it wrong?
I usually just get Brian with an I.
Oh, they're like, you can't mean with a Y. There's no way anyone spells their name with a Y. Has to be Brian with an I. So we battled, and there was blood, there was sweat, there were tears. There was shenanigans left and right. There was a rule in the game that you couldn't touch your teammates' models. We didn't. They said we did, but we didn't. I touched your counter. I touched your dice.
Touch my dick.
Touch your dick with my dick. Didn't touch your models. I know the rules. I'm not going to give up that one too easily. So we're playing it out. I forgot the scenario. Doesn't matter. Back and forth. And ended up with a tie. They had a few more points out of it, but ended up with a draw. Whatever. Last episode we talked about just winning a game would be nice. Going 1-1-1 would be nice, but started off with a draw. What were your thoughts after that first game?
I thought we were doing okay. A draw is better than a loss. We were just looking for one win, so we weren't doing too bad.
Yep, not too bad. Not too bad. Round 2, matchups get announced. We are up against Bill Harvat and Wayne, the creators of Dungeon Crate. Kind of like Loot Crate, except it's all role-playing dungeon crawler stuff. Pretty soon they're coming out with Wargame Crates. So for Wargamers. Their dice were so bad, I said, why don't you make Dice Crate? Put all your shitty dice in there, send them off to people that don't know they're bad. He's like, good idea. I'll send you one. I'm like, no thanks. I got my own bad dice. That was a really fun game, though. We had some just normal tactics, just doing our thing. I was using the Lesser Obsidian Golems to screen my Lycans, and once I found an opening, charge in there, and did my thing. Did it help that they were both fucking high as hell? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, man. Are we really losing right now? I'm sober. Xtreme had a couple beers, but I was sober. I was staying clean. I was straight edge society this weekend. So, great dudes. They gave us a very cool 12-sided D3 with the Zelda Triforce in there as well. So a lot of cool discussions with them. Good guys. So definitely check out Loot Crate and Dungeon Crate. People that won also got donated Dungeon Crates as well.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to say about that game?
No, I mean, you covered it pretty well. It was a very good game for us.
Very good game. Yep. Yes? You like?
I was going to say, it was almost a complete wipeout, but then they had one very big turn at the end that made it somewhat respectable.
It did get did you get a little worried at the end?
at the beginning of that turn, I was like, oh, well, there's some points for them. And then there was like 2 or 3 more units left. I was like, what the fuck's happening?
Because they were actually going to concede. Not, nothing bad. It was later in the game, but it was like, listen, it looked very one-sided. And they wanted to check out the vendor hall before it closed. And we're like, they're like, well, do you care? I'm like, do whatever you want to do. And so they said, you know what? We'll stick it out. And then all of a sudden they're like rolling well. They're winning some, they're the vampires. I think it was Bills. They were still hanging out there. Wayne's big dwarf. What is that thing? Iron
Steel Behemoth.
Steel Behemoth still there. Irritating our right flank over there. So it's like we were just trying to like keep our win going, and like we should have sort of nudged them to, yes, you should concede. Get to the vendor hall immediately. You don't want to miss out. And so it ended up going okay, but at the end I started to worry a little bit. So we got the win there. So right there, got a tie, got a win. I'm happy. You?
Yeah, I'm thrilled. I feel like we're done already.
Yeah, exactly. We could have gave up.
We met our goal. Let's leave.
Yeah, we met our goal. Let's leave. But we said, nah. We're going to stick it out. We're going to show these motherfuckers we got some tricks. So we get the next round matchups. And we hear Todd, who's running it, by the way. Todd Warren, Pathfinder in the Chicago area from Matzik. A.k.a. Thad Warner. So, final round, Kara and Amy. Last year, Kara won the Clash of Kings. Both of them are veteran Kings of War players. I'm like, all right, we got ourselves a challenge. All right. So, the rule for this game is you couldn't talk with your partner. And there were various levels of charades going on in every table. There was pointing. There was, I'm going to talk to a person at a different table. Early on, Xtreme and I tried to, use our hand signals. Wasn't really working out so well. And I think I was like, oh, are these guys doing? You're like, yeah. I'm like, oop, whoops. We lost the points in like the start of the second turn. Fuck it.
I'll take the fall for it. It was me.
It was you, but it doesn't matter though. Fuck it. Because then,
it turned out to be a great mistake.
Yeah, you know what? That's like fucking all bets are off. Let it fly. Earmuffs off. Fuck, shit, cock, ass, whatever. You just fucking earmuffs off. We started talking, and guess what happens? Oh no, move those guys over there. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. I want me to go. Oh, what do you want to do with here? Okay. And we started playing better. We started doing various better maneuvering around the table. I got a couple of.
I don't think it was.
What?
Sorry.
No, go ahead. What you don't think it was? What?
I don't think it was necessarily as much us helping each other. For some reason, when we started talking, our dice started rolling better too. Because at the beginning of the game, we weren't really. I'd say we had less than average dice rolls. We weren't doing that great. But then as soon as we started talking, it was like boom, everything was on fire. Everything was clicking.
Yeah, I think I know what it was. So like our dice, contrary to popular belief, dice are not inanimate objects. Like they've got feelings too. And our dice were like, they heard us doing the old silent treatment. And they're thinking, man, here you guys both at this convention, you haven't seen each other in a little while. Like it's the perfect time. Just talk and hang out. So our dice were worried. And all of a sudden, Xtreme opens his mouth. And he says, eh? Not even like a full word, but enough to fucking lose the points. And our dice, like my dice, his dice, in unison, were like, you guys
that could be it.
You guys are talking again. And they just were like, sixes everywhere. Dice were happy that they didn't know, they didn't read the rules pack. I mean, they're fucking dice. Let's not give them too much credit. They didn't read the rules pack. They didn't know we weren't supposed to talk. They thought we were fighting. We weren't fighting. We were playing, by the rules. But our dice took notice. They came in and they were like the 12th man, so to speak, or the third man, and fourth times how many dice. So like 50th or whatever. I'm out of math, but. So they saved the day. We started talking. Dice started rolling hot. And then, you got to admit though, Xtreme, I know what you're saying about the dice, but let's not totally not take credit for something. I had 2 flank charges with my Lycan Horde. Remember that?
Yeah. No, I'm not going to take anything away from us.
Okay.
I think we both played very well on that one side of the board. I think we dominated that and totally outplayed them.
Yeah, we did. Well, then towards the end of the game, they still had some stuff left, but we knew the mission. Dominate in the center. Get as many units as possible within a radius, 12-inch radius around the center point. Full units in, too. Or actually, it was half for these rules. Normal rules are full, but... So we just started marching everyone that way. And thankfully, I've got the speed, but Xtreme was able to get a bunch of guys over there as well, including the Dragon. A lot of points there. We knew that even if they started, taking us out, we had more than enough in there. So while they were very fun opponents, very, good players in their own right, it was just not their day, and it was our day. And we walked away with our second victory of the day, undefeated on the day.
Yeah, I was shocked. I never imagined we would do that well.
No. Me neither. So, comes time for awards. Shannon and his daughter took home first place. And Shannon's a great player. Daughter was super happy that we know that she's actually the brains. But I will say that I'm going to run a tournament and invite his daughter, but not him. Would that be weird? Like, hey, man, don't think that's the wrong way, but what's your 10-year-old daughter doing? No,
I don't
great.
think we mentioned. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I skipped probably.
We didn't mention how big this tournament was.
How big was it?
20 teams there of 2 people, so that was 40 people playing in the team tournament for Kings of War.
It's really good.
Yeah, indeed.
We got these T-shirts. We got legendary Mortibris, which he will be a necromancer in my undead army, along with the regular Mortibris from Dungeon Saga. So I'll be painting those for my army, so because I need more necromancers. So if I'm going to learn to play undead the right way, I guess I better load up. So yeah, I enjoyed it. We didn't talk about it, but are you down for it next year?
Absolutely, it was a lot of fun.
We didn't talk about it, so this could have been a moment of breakup or something where our dice get all pissed off again. You guys. So we're on for next year. If you want to try Kings of War, or we're getting into Kings of War, come to Adepticon, play in the team tournaments. You can play against Team Zlurpcast.
Yeah, the team tournament is really awesome. And the Kings of War scene overall is pretty laid back and a lot of really cool guys, but the team tournament even took that to a new level, I think.
Yeah, it was really fun. I had fun in all my games. I think my opponents all had fun, hopefully. It was great. I loved it, and I'm so glad we decided to do it. A perfect event to kick off the weekend.
I agree. So we've covered first place, and let's go back to the awards now. Sorry,
Yeah.
I interrupted.
No problem. Second place, Jerry Page, I believe, and his partner Greg. I don't have the list in front of me. You're in charge of all documentation. We know this. Everyone knows this. It's episode 70. This isn't fucking new.
Well, I mean, this is a Blood Bowl podcast, so we can go straight to third place, the important one.
Oh, it is a Blood... No, wait a minute. I thought it was a Dreadball podcast. I thought it was... No. Third place, we won it, motherfuckers.
Yeah, so this year, Adepticon, in the past, they've done plaques that they give to all the different events to give out. This year, they had these really awesome medals, and I think throughout the whole convention, everybody was really admiring these medals for all the different events, all the different awards and stuff. So we started off the weekend getting some of these medals put around our neck right away for the third place in the team tournament.
You know, I will say one thing I sort of missed, since it was all medals for all the events, they should have the 3 podiums to stand up on at every event. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure, yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be interesting.
And then we all of a sudden we're fucking just protest it. We're like, nah, fuck this. Put our fist up. It was great. We won third place at the team tournament. 20 teams, some very good players in there. And we were very happy. I think Todd even had a little wise crack. In a surprising turn of events, Zlurpcast. Fuck you. You fuck. Yeah, surprising. What's surprising? We didn't lose a game.
Maybe it's surprising because I suck at all Mantic games.
You don't suck at all Mantic games.
So I needed you to carry me to this third place.
No, this was a team effort. You suck at Blood Bowl because you play sucky teams. There's not balance. What did I say?
You said Blood Bowl.
No, that's what I meant.
No, that's incorrect.
You play dwarves. Ooh, wait till the Games Workshop changes the rules. It makes dwarves fucking horrible.
I will continue to play dwarves.
Movement 3 on everybody. What do you think about that? That's what they're saying.
I'll continue to play dwarves. I don't think that's what anybody.
Runners will not be on the team anymore. Runners will become cheerleaders.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We can just blow it off. You gonna blow off the fucking rumors?
Yeah, I'm blowing them off.
Do you remember back in the day there was a rumors site? I don't know. You might not know because you weren't really like a big Fantasy 40K player, but in the early days of the internet, there was a GW rumors site called portent.net, portent.net. That was the fucking shit. Anyone out there listening, if they remember that was the fucking. You're like, did you check Portent? You fucking check Portent, dude? Legion of the Damned is coming back. Oh, yeah, fucking, it's on Portent. It's a fucking Portent. That was the fucking site back in the day. Anyway, that's the rumors. Rumors I'm hearing. If dwarves are still in the new edition, that's a big if. Movement 3, runners gone. It's a big if.
That would be a big change.
But that's what I'm hearing from my contact in England.
My contact does not say that.
Who's your contact?
I can't. I was sworn to secrecy.
Oh, come on. Then it's not real.
No, it's pretty
Who's
real.
your contact? I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
I can't say. I don't have one.
You don't have, you're making it up? So I have a contact you don't.
No, I wasn't making it up. I can't say.
Okay. It's bullshit, everybody. My contact is Mr. Bean. So.
Yeah. It's a pretty reliable source there.
Yeah, it is. Any guy who can do a fucking, 60 tom air drum solo is pretty trustworthy. So. Yeah. Great bits. Anyway, so that was Thursday. Pretty badass. Got our awards and called it a night. Did you do anything Thursday night or no?
Thursday night, I'm trying to remember. I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I don't recall.
Did you masturbate?
No, not Thursday.
Did you do it at all during the weekend?
I didn't.
Okay. Is that because you shared a room?
No, I think I was just too busy. There was a lot going on at Adepticon.
Okay. There's always room for more events. Just saying. There was open game tables, right?
I didn't rent a table properly, so
we'll get to that. Little foreshadowing. You didn't actually masturbate on the table, though. Just throwing that out there now.
No,
so
I couldn't because it was tempura. I didn't want to ruin it.
It would have wiped right off. So on Friday, I walk in to the Dreadball tournament. This is the NADC, the North American Dreadball Circuit Championship.
Big deal.
Last year I played in as well. You did too, Xtreme, right?
I did. I was odd man out.
Yep. You probably lost all your games.
I lost every single game last year.
Yeah. Mike put a spoon in your butt and we called it a day. Yeah, listen.
So I was glad that I got the medal on Thursday because I was pretty confident I wasn't getting one on Friday.
You're like, if I lost all games with Forge Fathers, let's try to lose all games with Brockers.
Yeah, I thought I'd mix it up a little bit.
Brockers, they're better. They got some better stats, but...
And yet I managed to do work. Well, actually, let me go back. Last year I played Martians.
Oh, that's right.
The year before that, I actually won one of my games with the Forge Fathers.
You and I played too, right? I think in that one, right? We had
with
a grudge.
Martians?
No. In
the year before that.
The Forge Father battle.
Yes, we did.
That was a good one because that picture it went viral. That picture, if you recall.
It did. It still it pops up every once in a while.
It does. If you search there's certain Dreadball searches that'll come up with that. So, fun fact. Mantic has used pictures of our boards, our Zlurp Core intergalactic boards, in some of their shots. It's fucking crazy. First off, you didn't ask permission either. No wonder why Games Workshop hates you. That's fucking bullshit. It's true. They're right. I mean, you can't fucking just use that. Anyway. So at Dreadball, it was a 5-game tournament. We had players from the Boston area. We had players from Ohio. We had players from Arizona. All over. Michigan.
All over Canada.
All over Canada. Jeff Burbage came down. He's a fan favorite in the Dreadball community.
Nice guy, excellent painter.
Great guy, great painter. Always working on projects for the community, like various graphic design projects, custom cards, and all that. He helped me a lot with Mech Zone last year. And he designs really cool fields as well, which I own one of those. So we get there, or we get ready for round 1. Mike Muller's running this one. Gives out the matchups. My first round matchup was against John Jack, who's playing the Ada Lorena team. They're like ghosts. And very tough battle back and forth. By the way, I was playing the Convicts. So my guys are wearing shock collars. I can run them up, hit the button. Warden hits the button, and zzz, people get shocked. And they get knocked out for a couple turns. Kind of cheesy, but hey, who cares? They're cool. Good game against John. I was able to pull that one off. Do you remember your first game?
I don't. I can kind of go over my whole tournament in like 5 minutes, though. So
all right, I don't need to go through every game. Let me just finish up mine then, and we'll get to yours.
Excellent. Sounds good.
Okay. Played against some different opponents. I had a game against Jeff Burbage. He played Mutants. He played a game against Brian Thompson. He had Mutants. Friend of the show, by the way. He actually has begged for shout-outs repeatedly. He's like, remember I gave you $20 2 years ago? And I'm like, fuck you. You don't bring that up. Show some fucking tact. So anyway, shout out to Brian Thompson. Cool dude. He had Mutants though, so not a cool dude. That negates it. Mutants are like a build your own team. Imagine in Blood Bowl, a fucking team where you just built every stat yourself. Imagine that. Imagine, if you will. Not I play this team, but their strength is this, but their weakness is this. Imagine a team in Blood Bowl where you get the best of everything. I don't think it currently exists. Do you?
It would be like taking Chaos Pact and just taking Marauders and getting a shit ton of skills.
Okay, so yeah, taking Chaos Pact, but then being given 400,000 to add skills.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, it's a good assessment. Undead's probably closest to it, but even them, they're not agile, so you don't have that. I mean, I'm not saying the team is unfair. It's just I don't know its place in the game at the moment because of the 3 mutant teams I faced. I won 2 and lost 1. The one I lost to had no jacks. Those are like the lineman equivalent on the team. So you build it without it. Normally you need them. So was there some min-maxing involved? Yeah. Totally cool. It's in the rules, but something to think about. In the next edition of Dreadball, I suspect you're going to have team building rules for all the teams, not just mutants. I suspect it. So anyway, those are my other games, and there was one more in there. Oh, I played against John Carter and his chorus team. They had these portals. You throw these fucking portals out there, you run through, you pop up on their side of the board. Fun game, but he beat me in the final turn after I missed the strike. Overall, I went 3-2 and somehow got 3rd place. Again, I got 2/3. 2/3, which is equivalent to a 6th place, if my math is correct.
A second awesome Adepticon medal around your neck.
Another awesome medal. I was going to wear them all weekend, and then my neck started to hurt because I'm out of shape and lazy. Xtreme, how were your games?
My games, I played 5 games. I lost all 5, as we've established. I'm not very good at Dreadball, and I don't play often enough to get any better, so it's not a good combination. And then on top of that, I'm attracted to teams that aren't necessarily that great. So really fantastic formula for no success at all there. But I managed to lose all 5 games by landslide, which is one of the things that I look at as a positive. And unlike Blood Bowl, you don't sit there for 2 hours getting your ass kicked. It's over pretty quick. But 2 of my games were over so quick that I felt like I didn't have any reason to get my models out because I only played 1 turn in each of those games.
Ooh, that's brutal.
Yeah. Happened to me twice, so that was rough.
It's a good point with Blood. I mean, again, I know it's Blood Bowl primarily, and I still love Blood Bowl. Played it forever, but I've had games where, in fact, at Stupor Bowl, Got 5 casualties in the first 3 turns. It's going to be a long fucking game. Let's watch the dwarves stall all game. Watch the orc stall. It's an agonizing game when shit like that happens. So I kind of agree with you there. Okay, continue.
The one thing I wish I would have done, I didn't even think about it till, I don't know, days later. Those 2 games that ended so quickly, because I mean they were over in like 10 minutes. I wish I would have just said to my opponent, "Hey, that's cool. Let's turn our score sheets. Do you want to play again or something?"
Yeah.
Just get another game in to do something, because I left very unfulfilled after those 2 games. And you know, I knew going in that I wasn't good at Dreadball, and like I said, I don't play often enough to get better. But even after like losing by 5 landslides, that was a pretty big hit to my pride there.
Yeah, I can see that. I think it would be cool if we were to try like shorter games in Dreadball, like a maybe a 30 or 40 minute timer. I just think it'd be cool to like feel like under the gun. Like I like, you know, having to make quick decisions in games, and so that also will lessen the time for a situation like yours and won't be as bad.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind, because I like Dreadball a lot. I don't have, well, I have complaints about it. I hope they're all going to be fixed in the 2nd edition. But I really enjoy watching Dreadball too. Like I can go and watch other people play Dreadball and have a good time doing that, so I didn't mind.
It's a pretty good spectator game. I agree with that. Like I don't care about watching people's Kings of War games.
Right.
I don't care. I'm not going to watch your game. Blood Bowl, it's kind of long. You have to like watch the whole thing, it seems, to really get a feel of it. I don't really spectate Blood Bowl because I get a little bored watching. But Dreadball, it moves extremely quick. Like you don't reset after a score. I'm not trying to sell anyone on it, so just stop with that shit. You're thinking about it now, but just saying, it's very quick. So it lends itself to a spectator game. I never thought about it before.
One of the things too, I'm not anywhere near as experienced with game as you are, so I can watch someone play and be constantly surprised by crap that they could pull off, because I've never seen it before. I didn't think about that. I'm just constantly blown away by these amazing plays that I'm not smart enough to think of.
It's not even smart enough. It's just every team has a very specific nuance, and until you start to play against them and get it, you just don't think about it. So that's all it really is just a sheer amount of games. We've played 3 leagues, and I played like 3 or 4 tournaments. So that's all it is, just number of games. It is really fun. I like the game a lot. It just needs some tweaks in the new edition, but it's a really well done game mechanic of like the initial release.
Yeah, I mean, even after 2 years of losing every single game I played at Adepticon, I still came home and started planning out which team I'm going to paint next. So it didn't turn me away from the game at all.
And you're going to come to my tournament in June.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about playing?
Teratons.
Okay, so another team that can't score.
Yeah.
Although with the new Jack rules, it will help.
Are we using the new Jack rules?
Yes, we will. That'll be in there. We'll update that. That'll help, but just be prepared to still have a couple of landslides against you.
No, yeah. Well, before Adepticon, someone put a post up like ranking all the teams, like breaking them into different groups, and there was like the bottom group was the uncompetitive group, and there
It was
was like
all
6
yours.
races. Yeah, it's like all the teams I liked were in that group. I was like, shit, this sucks.
Like Dwarves and Blood Bowl, awesome. Dwarves and Dreadball, not so much. It's pretty, and like if you were to consider Teraton equivalents, I don't even know. I mean, Lizardmen, not really though, because they have
Camry,
skinks. Maybe, but it's usually the other way though. It'd be somebody good, like orcs, even though there are orcs, but it's yeah. So I mean, totally cool. I think the Teratons would be awesome to look at. I'm sure you'll do a great job painting them, but there are some very competitive teams as well out there that do look cool as well. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, on my list, I do have one team that I think could possibly win a game occasionally. I want to paint a convicts team too.
Yeah, that's my favorite. So good. They're just fun. I think it's cool, and I converted them all to give them some character, and so they all look different. It's a great team, and they play really well.
But one of my also backup future plans, if I go to your tournament and lose every single game, then I'm going to get a Z team and just be the Z guy.
Yeah.
Z, fuck it at that point.
Z, Zlurpy, kind of all fits. Zlurpcore. Yeah.
If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose with style.
You're going to do because they have that rule monkey business.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
They're like, he did it. And they're like,
cheat all day long.
Yeah, cheat. Dreadball, you can cheat, by the way. That's always enjoyable. I cheated in one of my games. I brought out, it was very quick, but it's up to them to catch it. I brought out an 8th or a 7th player, and then like 2 turns later, I did a shock collar, so I lost one anyway. But it was enough to like, brought a guy out to cover my scoring area, and then I took one of the guys in the scoring area and ran them up and shocked them. And it was all like done, without notice. Still lost the game, so whatever. But on to Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday. You know that song?
I don't.
Yeah, right. They're trying to be like, oh, I don't know it. I don't know it. You know the Friday song, right? Come on.
The movie Friday?
No, you wish it's from the movie Friday. Hey, fun fact on that. Did you know that like there's a line in that's come back in like pop culture?
Yeah.
What line?
The Felicia line?
Yeah, bye Felicia. Why is that back?
Because of the Straight Outta Compton, they used it in there too.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. That makes total sense. I just thought it came back like how things come back.
No, they used it in there and thought they were clever, so now it kind of came back.
Okay. That's moderately clever.
What is this?
You'll see. That's a death metal version of the song, the Friday song. It's stupid.
All right.
I don't even want to leave it in, but I'm going to. Because maybe, just maybe, somewhere out there in the information superhighway, I might get one of these from somebody.
Huh.
No, not like that. That's fake. Like a like a laugh chuckle. Like a Now you were like, It's not, It's like,
Interesting.
Yeah. So Friday night, we are going to play Super Show, the wrestling card game. We talked about it on this show before. Our federation's called XCW, and we have characters we created, custom moves, custom characters, custom belts, everything. So around 6 o'clock, Xtreme and I go scout out the open play area. We see the hallway, which is going to be bits trading / open play area. Quick side note, bits trading. You got these fucking gamers. Just like on eBay, they have unrealistic expectations of what their shit's worth. How about that Orc team, the Orc Blood Bowl team for $1,200 right now on eBay? Really?
Good deal.
Yeah, great fucking deal. So you got these people lined up with all their fucking shit. It's like $400. You take $350. Get the fuck out of here. It's like, what? It's crazy. No one's doing any deals. The only deals getting cut was on the first floor at the fucking Sanford and Son booth. There's a fucking garbage dump, fucking junkyard with fucking crates everywhere. Like day one, some fat kids on the floor sprawled out. He's looking through the same box of Chaos Marauders he's looked at the last 6 years. He's like, checking through. Hey, I found One Horseman. No one even knows. He could have fucking just pocketed that shit. No one even know. They're cutting deals on everything. That's how it's done. Upstairs in the bits trading, quote unquote, no deals were had. Anyway, we found a few tables that were open at the moment. They were covered in various terrain. So I went up to older gentlemen sitting in one of those fold up, those collapsible chairs, you bring with you to fireworks. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was very proud of how you were following all the rules here.
I tried so hard. So I go up there. I see this guy. He looks like Kevin from The Office, if anyone knew. Oh, you watch it?
Yeah.
You really? I thought way back when you were like, I don't watch that shit.
No, I loved it.
When it was on, you watched it?
Yeah. I since then have gone back on Netflix and watched the whole series over again.
Have we talked about it really or no?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. No. Anyway, you know who else looks like Kevin from The Office? Someone running for president right now.
Huh.
Ted Cruz. Same face. There's a side by side. Some guy at a rally for Ted Cruz held up a Kevin from The Office sign next to him, and he looked over and gave kind of a look like an eye roll, like, oh boy. Yeah, well, want to be president, better fucking deal with some jokes. Anyway, this guy, Kevin Malone, sitting on the collapsible chair, and I said, hey, how's it going? Yo. That's him. Yo. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm like, oh, we're going to be hard ass. Okay. Hey, are you sort of like overseeing this area here? He looks me dead in the fucking eyes and says, I'm sort of running this whole thing. I'm like, damn. Yeah. Bye, Felicia. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, no reason to be a dick at that moment. No reason. I was following the rules completely. I could have just thrown my fucking shit on the table and said, open gaming, fuck you. Guess what else? I talked to Matt, who runs Adepticon, because I'm friends with him, weeks before and said, we're going to play this card game. There's no problem. Grab whatever table you want. Plenty of room. I could have fucking did that and just said, fuck you, Kevin from The Office. Sort of run this thing. So I'm like, okay. Well, there's terrain on the table and we're going to play a card game. So can I move this? Like, you can't. I'm like, okay. Who can remove it then? You need to find one of the officials here at Adepticon. I'm like, well, how do I find one of these officials, sir? They're wearing red shirts. I'm like, and I look over, I'm like, is that one down there? And he like doesn't even fucking turn his head around. He's like, yeah, it's one. I'm like, okay. Have a good day. Thank you.
And yet again, I want to say how amazed I was, because as you're telling the story is exactly how it happened. You were very polite through the whole thing.
I was.
Much shit was being thrown at you. Like, you dealt with it.
Yeah, I'm like,
amazingly.
Because honestly, like, I know it sounds stupid because I should have just said fuck you, but I really wanted this event to be awesome, and these two spots were right next to each other. I didn't want to lose it because of a fucking false sense of power by the staff. Meanwhile, the guys who actually do the real shit at Adepticon are laid back as fuck. But the 6 people in charge of a goddamn hallway have a stick up their ass. Or a collapsible chair up your ass.
One of them was cool. One of the 6 people in the hallway.
I didn't meet one of them. I didn't meet any of the cool ones then.
No, the guy next part of our story is cool.
Oh, the terrain?
Yeah.
He was all right. I mean, okay. In comparison, he's fucking Fonzie. And what's Fonzie? He's cool. He's cool. In comparison. In real life, he's whatever. He's a fucking dweeb, but like we're not. So I go over and find official, and I said, hey, I talked to the guy at the end. He said to have you remove this terrain. Oh, okay, no problem. So he's taking the stuff off. I'm trying to make small talk. Oh, what are these from? These are really cool. And he sort of like half-asses the conversation. He either really loves his job there or really hates his job there. Can't really tell, but it seemed like he just wanted to get it done as quick as possible. Stacked up the terrain on either edge of the board there. Cool. That's over with. We start to have our crew start piling in. We start playing some card games, playing Super Show. Now, keep in mind, the tabletops were still there. Like gaming tabletops. But no terrain, so totally fine. Just playing right on there. So we start to get, at this point, a full crew. We've got about 12 of us there. Playing tag matches, hardcore matches, all kinds of cool shit. And another Adepticon official comes by in the red shirts. And he says... That's how you know he's official. That's how you know he's official. He looks kind of like Poindexter from Revenge of the Nerds a little bit. But more like the version from Nerds in Paradise when he was driving that fucking tank. Like he got a little fucking balls behind. The original Poindexter was kind of eh. Then later on, he got some fucking nuts because he's in a tank. But anyway, he comes by and he says,
I think we need to
what?
Label these interactions. So this is interaction 1.
Yeah, this is the interaction number 1 with this fellow. He starts to comment about our chairs that we took because we didn't have chairs there because it was set up for wargaming. We're playing a card game. It's allowed. It's open gaming, open gaming. And I brought the chairs over to either side. He started to comment like if we need all these chairs and if we're going to be using them. I said, yeah, I mean, people coming by, just relax. Was it the same interaction with the drink, or was that interaction number 2?
No, interaction number 1 was the terrain.
Oh, yeah. Interaction number 1 was the terrain. He comes by. That's right. You're completely right. So he comes by and says, who moved all this terrain? And it's like stacked up to the sides. And I went
his
up.
Chest puffed out. He was
Oh, yeah. I told you, he was Poindexter in Revenge of the Nerds, too. He got big swinging dick Poindexter. And I said right to his face, one of your guys moved it. Like the rules. Oh. Okay. And he walks off. I'm like, whew, that motherfucker. That better be it. That better be it for the night.
Oh, wait.
I've had enough harassment by the staff for the night. Again, meanwhile, the people who actually have real jobs at Adepticon, totally cool. It's this fucking hallway, the fucking Third Reich hallway of this fucking place that is more militant than it needs to be. Why don't you crack down on the fucking bits trading where people won't lower their prices at all? That are sitting there with the same army all night. Why don't you crack down on them? What are they doing for you? At least we're playing games. What the fuck do you get out of bits trading? You don't get anything out of that. We're bringing in people having fun. Just saying. All of a sudden, comes by again. And he brings up the chairs. That's where that one happened. Yeah, we need them all. He's making comments about those chairs. So at this point, we're like, this guy's a fucking chair Nazi. Yeah, that's his name. Chair Nazi. It is now. So we're doing our thing. We're having a fucking blast. Okay? If you want to see, if you're interested at all in Super Show, we've got a Facebook group, XCW Super Show. We've got our characters. We had the Extra Continental Belt in the line, the X-Rated Tournament for the first ever Hardcore Prison Rules Champion. Tag match number 1 contender. We're having a blast. It's fucking great. The Foolish Rumble, Over the Top Battle Royal. Great. But every time our fucking, every time we're having a blast and every time we're getting all hyped up and into this stuff and things like, man, this is a great fucking night, Xtreme. High fives all around. Chair Nazi comes by to fucking harsh our buzz.
Yeah, I mean, I had my cooler full of beer because it was part of my Adepticon practice is to drink and have a good time, and I was having a great time.
Yeah, I didn't touch the sauce.
Yeah, I mean, you were running an amazing Super Show event. Everyone was doing good, and we had to deal with Chair Nazi.
Yeah. By the way, I will say, if I did drink that night, I probably would have had a problem because I was really dehydrated. Even like Roach came up, it's like, "What's wrong with your voice?" And I'm like, "It just happens when I run an event. It just happens." So I'm sort of thankful I played it smart this time, talking that much. But Chair Nazi comes by again.
Interaction number 3.
Interaction number 3. And he brings up drinks on the table. And so, what?
When he first said that, I didn't even realize what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't even register in my mind what the hell this guy was talking about.
These weren't, they were all sealed. I mean, maybe there might have been a beer can, whatever, but it's fucking open gaming. You have drinks. There's no tray to put them on. Where are you supposed to put a drink? Honestly, you got a chair, you got the floor. You're supposed to put it on the floor? Someone's going to kick it over? Ruin that fantastic carpet? No. You put it on the table. That's where drinks go. He comes by and he's like, "No drinks on the table. The tabletop is tempura." It's like, what? Tempura tabletop. What are your thoughts on this, Xtreme? Tempura? Really?
I think it was tempera paint.
Tempera paint.
So he was concerned because it's a water-based paint, and my beer can may have sweat enough to damage the water-based paint.
But the amount of sweat by all the attendees at Adepticon are perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, sure.
Including of the aforementioned staff. Okay, Chair Nazi.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Chair Nazi's dad never sweats over in his camping chair.
No, Chair Nazi's dad, he didn't fucking move all night. "I'm sort of running this," he said. Are you sort of overseeing this? I'm sort of running this. Whoa. Calm down. Fourth interaction. Chair Nazi comes back. And Pat Mulligan, who works for SRG with Super Show, he brought a bunch of demo decks. He was helping to show people the game. He had them in a little bag. Very small bag. Not a big duffel bag, but like the size of a fucking lunchbox. It's on the chair. Todd, who at this point was becoming angry Todd, because he was about to lose a match, is next to the chair. Chair Nazi says to Todd, "No bags on the chair.
Chairs are for people."
Chairs are for people. Todd says, "It's not my bag." He says again, "No bags on the chairs." Like, first off, what the fuck is the problem? He acted like it was fucking, leaking dog shit everywhere. Like, it was a bag of cards.
So
on the
Todd's
chair.
response to this was a very appropriate response, and what you would have been very appropriate responding this way to Chair Nazi's dad too, but you didn't. But he got more hostile in return with Chair Nazi, and it was great. I loved watching the whole thing happen.
It was unbelievable, and so I couldn't believe that in an area that's open gaming, like you're literally pissing people off that are just trying to have fun. What should have been the most fun event of the weekend. And it might still have been, but it's just annoying. And granted, we laughed it off most of the time, and then as people started leaving, he comes by, "You done with this chair? You know this chair?" And he's like trying to put him back on either side because his OCD is fucking off the charts at this point.
Well, at the end of that interaction, he took the bag off the chair.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Pushed it under the table.
Yeah.
And then took that chair away.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're good point. He, after Todd says, "It's not my bag" again, he's like, a little fucking huff, and he takes the bag, and he didn't gently lay it down. He didn't throw it, but he didn't gently lay it down either.
It was kind of a rough drop.
I wouldn't accuse him of throwing someone's bag around like I got accused of at Mantic Night in Gen Con last year, which is complete, utter fucking bullshit. That's why I'll never go to a Gen Con Mantic Night again in my fucking life. Because I got accused by the owner of Saltier Games for throwing his fucking bag, and I didn't. 1, 2, 3.
So
I gotta count to 10 over here. Okay.
As he removed this horrible bag chair and moved it to the other table, I made a point because of this. This was a pretty intense interaction between Todd and Chair Nazi here. So he takes the chair away, and I made a point to watch it the rest of the night. And over the course of the next several hours that we were there, no one got anywhere close to sitting in that chair.
Where did he put that chair?
It was at the table right next to us.
The one where Johnny and Jason were playing Kings of War?
No, on the other side, where no one played any games all night long.
Awesome.
So it was not that chairs were in high demand or anything.
No, they weren't.
There were chairs everywhere that no one was using.
Fun fact, earlier that day, Ted, the golf rocker, had a run-in with Chair Nazi as well.
Yeah, that was the prequel.
The prequel, which we watched after. So it's a lot of prequels are. So in this prequel, Ted was selling his golf rocker CDs, the cool saw blade. Awesome. By the way, he's got a song about Blood Bowl called Blood Bowl, and Xtreme and I are on it. Go check it out right now. It's just search the golf rockers. D-A, golf, G-O-F, rockers, R-O-C-K-E-R-Z. The song's called Blood Bowl. Get the limited edition single on a saw blade. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, Ted is, peddling his wares, so to speak, and it's a cool little setup, whatever, laid back. It is bitch trading, and he gets right in Ted's face about, no selling of this. Ted's like, everyone's selling stuff here. What's the problem? It's for bitch trading only. Again, like I mentioned, hardly bitch trading. No trading, no selling, because no one's fucking budging. Okay? Sanford and Son, totally cool. Bitch trading, not cool. So then, him and Ted are kind of going back and forth, and Ted's like, come on, man, don't you like music? Yeah, I play electronic bagpipes. Ted's like, what? What? Wagt? Electronic bagpipes? Dude, we've been looking for an electronic bagpipe player in the golf rockers. What a coincidence. The guy's like, no, you haven't. It's like, yes, I want to invite you into the studio, get you on the next album, get you in the next Golf Rockers album. The kid supposedly, to quote Ted, became cool after that and started put down his guard, let him do whatever after that moment.
Oh, you're skipping a very important detail here.
What did I miss?
He told Ted that he wasn't sure he'd be able to be in the band because when he plays his electronic bagpipes, he tends to blow up microphones.
Oh, I forgot about that. I'd like the invite, but when I play electronic bagpipes, I've been known to blow a few microphones here and there, so I don't think you're ready for this guy. I forgot about that. So that was fun.
But don't let this be a representation of Adepticon at all.
I just don't get why there was problems. We were the fucking highlight of that whole row. We were the fucking highlight of that row. People came by. How many people came by, asked what we were playing, sat down, looked at it, watched, said, this is cool. So go fucking monitor the bitch trading. Leave the open gaming, open fucking gaming. That's a message to anyone from Adepticon who's listening out there. Most everyone was really cool in the staff. Almost everybody else. I don't understand why that was ridiculous up there. The fucking attitudes. They made you feel like we were intruding on something. Meanwhile, we're the highlight of that fucking area.
I know they were concerned with what happened with the bitch trading the year before, and I just think they went way overboard with policing this. And all they have to do is take one of the halls that aren't being used at night and just be like, all right, this hall is a bitch trading hall, this hall is open gaming hall, done.
And if you want to police open game or bitch trading, fine, but I just don't understand why we were being talked to about anything. Leave us the fuck alone. We're doing what we're supposed to do. We're organizing events at a convention, getting people to have an awesome time that weekend. That's our fucking job.
And you followed all the rules for getting this table.
I did.
Too.
That's why I got irritated later on.
It's not like we sat down and
no
took over or anything.
It's not like I tried to cut in line to get a free bag. You know what I mean? I followed the rules this time. I followed the rules this time. That's what got me more mad. So anyway, Super Show was great. You don't want to get into the matches, do you?
No, I don't think we have to.
There was no need for that. But
if you weren't involved, you should be because it's awesome.
It's really fun. If you don't like wrestling, you might still like the game, but if you do like wrestling, you will love the game.
Or have ever liked wrestling.
Yeah. So
you don't have to currently be involved.
I'm not trying to force people into it, but it's kind of like, if you got some interest, you're going to like it.
Yeah. If at some point in your life you liked wrestling, then there's a good chance you'll like this game.
Yep. So that was a great time. We were there. You eventually left to go play your match with Roach downstairs. I don't think I left till after midnight. Sarlo Noomspa, Anthony Sarlo, who won last year's Dreadball tournament, he won the Foolish Rumble. He gets a title shot for the big title, the XT title at Backyard Brawl 2. So pretty cool. The next day was Saturday at Adepticon.
Saturday.
I rolled in a little bit late. Figured, you know what, I'm going to sleep in. I don't have an event scheduled. So rolled in a little late. Helped Mantic at the booth. Did some demos. Sold some products. Fucked around with Ronnie a little bit. And I was thinking about, I was getting ready for Mantic Open Night later on. So I was getting some stuff with Pat, getting prizes, getting the equipment set up and all that. What did you do Saturday? Because I think that's going to be probably the most relevant to many of our listeners.
Saturday was the first day of the 2 days of Stupor Bowl that it's set up as, I think we've talked about many times, as 2 one-day tournaments or the combined 2-day total prizes for all of them. So Saturday was day 1 of that. And I sat down round 1 and got to play the Golf Rocker himself.
Nice.
So that was pretty awesome.
Did you guys talk about Chair Nazi?
Yeah, that's where he told me. That's the first time I heard the story about the bagpipes and everything was during this game.
Nice. How'd that game go? So you had orcs and you had dwarves, I'm guessing.
Yep.
A classic matchup.
Yeah, we had played when we first met Ted at Stupor Bowl. I don't know, 2-3 years ago. I ended up playing him that year, and that year it was horrible. I blew him out really bad. It was like 3-0, I think. This time it was closer on the scoreboard, but it was kind of I physically dominated him a bit and won 1-0.
Very nice. Congrats. Those are two classic dwarf or Blood Bowl teams, especially in America, where it's like very bashy oriented. I know me that I usually play speed teams most of the time, and that's all I ever fight against are dwarves and orcs. So at least if they get to fight each other, I'm okay with that because someone's got to lose unless you tie.
Orcs is one of the two very bad matchups that I have when I'm playing my dwarves.
Lizard's probably the other one, right?
They are, yeah.
That's orcs. Well, because of the 4 strength. I mean, orcs have the 4 strength. Lizards have the 4 strength. Even though Khemri's got the strength, I don't see dwarves having a hard time against Khemri.
No, not usually.
Because you don't have to fight the mummies.
Right.
Like, I don't know. So, that was your first game.
Yep. And then after that, I drew an Amazon team. And
Amazon.
Normally you'd think dwarves and Amazons, but if you're familiar with my record, I have not done well against Amazon teams.
Against Vanderbee's Amazons.
Right. And I think I've only played 2 other teams that weren't Vanderbees. And I think I'm like one of those. Yeah, I lost to Lindsay's Amazon team as well. Yeah. But this Amazon team had something that I had recently seen at Chaos Cup that I fucking hate.
What is that?
It's Dark Nail, the star player.
Oh, really?
She is a bitch. I hate everything about her.
I don't know anything about. What does she have?
She's horrible. She has like every skill you want except block. She has Juggernaut instead. She's 5 agility, leap. She's like this super dark elf that also plays for Amazons. And Amazons can afford her in a tournament roster because they're cheaper linemen.
Strength 3 and no block, correct?
But has Juggernaut and dodge and sidestep.
How do you not just, bring over an assist, take her out?
Because you never get to touch her. Like everyone that plays her properly keeps her like way in the back, and then she runs up and does some crazy, amazing play.
So she like basically like a safety on teams. If you are about to score, she'll be the safety. Is that kind of?
Not even that so much. It's like it's almost like a Troy Polamalu safety, where he's just like sitting there waiting for an opening, and then he runs up and does everything.
Wow.
Like, and he has those 1 or 2 highlights in the game, and the rest of the game you never notice him.
Okay.
So for any Steelers fans, you probably hate me for saying that, but I don't think he was that great. Anyway, I ended up tying this game 1-1.
Okay.
So a tie against Amazons.
What were the skills? Did they make them all blodgers?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
That's a common thing. I think people do that a lot.
Yeah, probably.
I did that once.
I'm beginning to get very good at forgetting all my matches shortly after they happened somehow.
That's what I used to do.
I used to remember everything. Now it's just, I don't know.
What else you got?
So round 3, the last round of Saturday, I played Rowdy Katie. She was playing humans with Griff. So I just got done dealing with a pain in my ass star player, and I get another one. But this game went much differently.
Did you do a good job on this one?
I did. Griff was awesome. He rolled double skulls twice. So that was helpful.
Remember, I played Griff. I had Griff on a human team at Chaos Cup.
Yeah.
It was either this year or the past year, and it did not go well at all. I'm thinking, who's going to stop him? He's not as good as he used to be, and in my head, I still think he is. And Loner will fuck you at a tournament.
Yeah.
Loner will fuck you. Just saying. I mean, big guys, obviously, but star players aren't, they aren't what they used to be. They're not game changers. Morg's great, but I mean, come on. But I'm not going to do the Griff experiment again. So he was not rolling well, correct?
Yeah, and that was, I don't know, the biggest factor in the game was that Griff wasn't rolling well, but I ended up winning 2-0.
Okay, nice.
So at the end of day 1, I have 2 wins and a tie, and I ended up getting most casualties for day 1.
Very nice, congrats. So you got your second award of the day, or the weekend.
So we both have 2 medals now, so that's pretty cool.
Both have 2 medals, very nice. So Saturday night, we met up for Mantic Open Night. I won't go super in-depth on it, but we did a recording of the Mantic North America podcast with Ronnie, the CEO. We did demos of Dead Zone. We had a Kings of War Mega Battle. We had a 6-player Dreadball game. I know you got a swag bag with some drink tickets, doing some raffles. You won some Dungeon Saga models, right?
Yeah, I got a Dungeon Saga, had a couple characters in it.
Nice.
Probably the biggest thing that I wasn't even expecting to be there. I wasn't expecting to spend any money, but they had like a super crazy deal table that, I mean, the prices were just unbelievable. I couldn't pass them up, even though it was nothing that I needed. I ended up leaving with like all my bags were full of stuff that I bought there.
Did you buy a bunch of MVPs for Dreadball?
Bought a bunch of MVPs, just ones that looked cool that I may not even use for Dreadball, but I'll probably use for something else.
Yeah.
I bought a couple Dreadball teams and I think a Dead Zone booster pack.
Nice. So you got a good amount of stuff. There's some really good deals there. You won a cool prize. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a little chaotic. Looking back now, we should have had multiple Dead Zone demos running because Mike just had the one going and everybody wanted to play. But oh well, it was, it is what it is. It was kind of a half organized, half just hang out, whatever happens kind of party. So, you want to touch on anything else on that or no?
Well, I think this is the second year of the Mantic Open Nights, and I think now after seeing the growth from one year to the next and kind of seeing that we could use more space, we could use more tables, I think you could start having the conversation of having an open day. So
like an actual really cool day, like separate,
yeah.
Not at Adepticon.
Yeah, like at least you could start thinking about that. I don't know if it's ready yet, but it's starting. Like all the dominoes are lining up, so I think that's pretty exciting.
I didn't see any dominoes, but I'll take your word for it.
There were dominoes.
When you were younger or even older, did you ever set up like a really long thing of dominoes?
Yeah, all the time.
When was the last time you did that?
Decades ago.
You've never, that could be something, a fun little father-son project.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
When I was younger, this kid had this, it was a domino game, but you don't actually, like not the game dominoes, but it was like an imitation of actually doing all the work. So like instead of actually setting up real dominoes and watching them all fall down and split and do all these cool things, it was this board that you like fold out and they were already in there, but then they just flip up. And it was like, oh, they're already set up, but it's not even dominoes. It's literally just pieces that are up in the air. Does that sound familiar to you at all?
That doesn't. That sounds really boring.
It was fucking stupid. It's like your parents just bought you. That's like trying to buy fun. Like you can't actually set it up the real way and be inventive. I'm going to buy this thing that you just turn it over. Hey, now they're all up.
You can knock them over again.
Knock them over. Great. Fun game. I still played it with him, but whatever. I like the sister.
Sounds like playing a slot machine.
I just wanted to
sat there and smacked a button for.
That's all it was. I just pretended I was interested so I could watch his sister. Yeah, hot 12-year-old.
Oh.
I was 12. It's cool. Don't. Oh man.
Oh.
Like, So Saturday was great. Great fun was had. I headed out around, I don't know, 12, maybe around there. You didn't really stay up much longer, did you?
No, it's waited. I don't know. As soon as the Mantic Open Night started kind of clearing out and people were leaving and stuff, I took off.
Did you go and look for the Stevens brothers, do a little all-nighter?
No, I didn't. I don't know what I did that night.
Yeah, if Spencer Stevens is listening, which I know he is, like, what's going on, man? You kind of like blew us off this weekend. Like, is it because now you're like the Guild Ball guy? You're too cool for us? Try to get you in a Super Show, play a couple of rounds. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. King of Guild Ball is too cool for Blood Bowl.
Something was a little off. Sean, great. Roach, great. I mean, he was busy as fuck, and he still made time to come up for Super Show. That was impressive because he was one of the main dudes with Drop Zone. And I'm thinking, so Spencer's probably like, I need to be the Roach of Guild Ball. I need to be like the American rep for this area. But guess what? You don't forget about your friends. You don't forget who got you there. Do not forget who got you there.
What did we ever really do for him, though?
We made his life by making this show.
He was the Malifaux guy before he met us.
Doesn't matter. He fucking loved us. Says he still does. I don't know. Prove it.
I'm not feeling any love.
I'm not feeling any love either. I did a prank call to his Hot Topic buddy, his G-Dub. Is that fake too? Is that bullshit as well? Come on, Spencer. If you really love us, act like it. If you're going to Zlurpy Bowl, Xtreme and I each want blowjobs.
At the very least.
At the very least. If you want to be more efficient, you can suck him off while you're jerking me off. And then switch 4 times back and forth until completion. If you want to be efficient. But you know what? The ball's in your court now, buddy. That's all I have to say on that. I don't want to waste any more effort on someone who was, too cool for school. Capucha negro.
Spencer did win several painting awards for Guild Ball.
Best former friend? Was he up for that? Was he up? I didn't know he was running.
I didn't know there was an award for such a thing.
There isn't. That's the problem. There's no good reason to do what you did to us that weekend. You betrayed the sanctity of our friendship that weekend. You came up, hey guys. I'm like, look, your brother's here. He's having the time of his life. Roachman is up here, busy as fuck. He came up to defend his title. Dude, I got your custom cards. I made them for you. I printed them out for you. Here's a deck you can use. You ready to go? Also want to sit down here? Nah, man. I got some stuff for Steam Forge I'm doing downstairs. Got a little industry party I'm going to. Can't do it. Sorry, brah. Yeah, that was him.
Sad day.
Capucha negro es muerte.
Very, very sad.
Yeah. So just, if what we got here, if this, whatever we got means something to you, Spence, just prove it. Okay? That's all I have to say on that. I don't want to drag things down anymore. It's a sad moment though. A little sad. Sunday, Stupor Bowl day 2. I wanted to play, so I played. That's the beauty of a 2-day tournament that are essentially 2 one-day tournaments. So I showed up with the Las Skaves Outlaws. Brought the Skaven team out of retirement. In the 4 years they've been in the case, same level of painting's been done. Maybe 3 years, which is none. I haven't done anything. I should really get to them because I'm going to use them in an upcoming league. But I did not do well in my games. I don't even want to talk about them. I think I tied 1 and lost 2. Or no, I lost all 3, right? Did I lose all 3?
I have no idea.
I actually don't even. I think I might have tied 1 and lost 2, or lost all 3. I honestly don't remember. I gave an average of 5 to 6 casualties per game. They were fucking brutal games, but I got to play against people I like, so whatever. Played Johnny Rockstar. Big fan of G-Dub in the Zlurpcast. Played Jason Turner. Big fan of Zlurpcast. He went through 25 minutes of Rickroll. And of course, Ben, one of the Goff Rockers. Also known as the Shockmaster. So, I had fun in my games, even though I got my fucking taint chewed on all day. That's enough of that. How were your games, Xtreme?
I also had fun. I had some very, very competitive games on Sunday. I started off playing Alex Wigwam, who is a great coach, and I knew was having an amazing day one. He won all of his games. And he, one of the things that I took a wizard, which was kind of
That's stupid.
Out of the normal.
It's stupid.
It worked in most games. This game it failed and didn't work at all, and he ended up scoring. And this game got ugly very quickly. He dominated me and controlled everything. Ended up winning 3-0.
Yeah, wizards are stupid. They're wasting money.
Yeah, sometimes.
150,000's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
For something that might not work. I'm not saying you're going to roll a 1, but even if you knock somebody down, it's not a guaranteed touchdown stopper.
Yeah, I mean, you can use it effectively to help a lot, but it's not a guarantee.
It's not a guarantee. Just saying. It's a lot of points, a lot of money. But what do I know? I got the wooden spoon that didn't exist, but I got it. Mike told me a couple days ago. He's like, "Hey, by the way, you got the wooden spoon. I didn't give it to you though." I'm like, "Thanks, man." We didn't have an award for wooden spoon day 2.
My next game was against Dan Roberts.
Oh,
who
yeah, I like
had
Dan.
an awesome model that he gave to you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Dan Roberts, I want to personally thank you on behalf of the Zlurpcast for providing me with a Coach Mephisto model. This thing is awesome. I took a picture, tweeted it out. You can probably see it on Zlurpcast Twitter. It is is a conversion based on the 40K Mephiston model, the Vampire Space Marine, except he's got a megaphone in one hand and a flag in the other hand and 2 jugs of Faygo on the back. It's pretty nice. 2 barrels
awesome.
2 barrels of Faygo. He brought it last year for me. He came from California, by the way. Oh, brought it all the way last year for me, and I was sick and couldn't make it. And I was disappointed that I missed it and missed out on the model. He brought it over to me, and I'm like, oh, good luck charm. Didn't help, but it looked really cool. Got a lot of compliments on it. So thank you, Dan Roberts, for the Coach Mephisto model. I will use that for many teams in the future.
Yeah, and he ended up winning Best Painted for his Chaos Dwarf team at Adepticon.
With Mephisto on the team, right? Was it part of it?
I don't know. I mean, it didn't need to be part of it. His team was beautiful with or without him.
You said, I don't know, like that guy says, I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know.
All one word.
Yeah, I don't know. She drove her car into the house of meat, and maybe, just maybe, for once, she went through that. I don't know. So, well, that was your second game against Dan? Okay.
I ended up winning that game 1-0.
What team did he have again? Oh, Chaos Dwarves.
Chaos Dwarves.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was looking good. I was hoping to sneak into the top 4, but I wasn't quite sure because I did have a loss in there and a tie. But I did. I got into the top 4, so I was playing for one of the 1st through 4th spots.
Nice. And what happened?
I had to go against Mad Robot and his Lizardman.
Mad Robot.
So, another very good coach and a team that I've struggled with in the past.
Nathan Wells, a.k.a. Curly.
Funny guy.
Curly, the funny guy. NYUK,
so,
NYUK, 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 like Curly says. NYUK. Okay, sorry.
So he's a very good coach and was playing a team that I've struggled with, and my wizard did work in this one and stopped him, thankfully, from getting a touchdown. And I got close a couple times, but he was good enough to stop me, and we ended up tying 0-0.
What team did he have?
Lizardman.
Okay. Remember back in the day, he was like unstoppable with Dark Elves? Remember that? Or did you not? Because there was a good stretch of Wisconsin tournaments for like 2 years where I played him a bunch, and he would bring Dark Elves, and nobody could fucking touch him. So good with them. So I'm glad to see you switched, but maybe he's better with Lizardmen even. I don't know. I just remember his Dark Elves were like unstoppable.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I haven't played him very much at all, actually. Let me click on the little link here. I've played him 3 times.
Yeah, I missed those Wisconsin tournaments. When Aaron moved from Racine to Nebraska, he was the linchpin of that community. You take him out, biggity bam, the whole stage comes down.
They started playing Flames of War.
Yeah. Rick Gerhardt's doing Flames of War, doing this, doing that. John Stevens is, embracing his British roots. I don't know what that means. Nathan is doing other stuff. Although he's getting into Dead Zone, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of fun to see. And I played a little bit at Stupor Bowl too.
Maybe.
So all in all, it was a good experience. You took home what prize?
Yeah, so I was in the top 4 and I tied Nathan, so that was good enough to get me 3rd place.
Third
place.
place.
Awesome.
So you got 3 medals. I got 2. You've bested me. We both got 1 wooden spoon. Well, mine wasn't really an award, but should have been. But I'm glad it wasn't. Pretty good weekend for Zlurpcast. Walked out with a lot of bronze.
Yeah, not too bad.
We got almost enough bronze to make our own Chaos Cup trophy if we fucking melted it down.
Almost.
Not as heavy. Overall, Adepticon was great. I don't need to sell it. It gets bigger every year. That's what she said. 2,000 people, I think, were there. It's crazy. So look it up if you are looking for a trip to Chicago for the family or just with friends. Adepticon next year. Dates are already listed online. Anything else you want to get to? Things coming up? Want to do a brief overview?
Sure. I mean, my takeaway from Adepticon.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Xtreme.
No, you're fine. Just the things that I went home excited about. And the biggest thing was the new Dead Zone rules are awesome. I'm super excited about them. I got home and broke out all the Dead Zone stuff that had just been sitting packed away, and started painting and been playing a lot of it. So
if you liked Necromunda back in the day, check out Dead Zone. Really fun game. Very streamlined, very smooth.
I'm hoping to introduce it to Jonny and Jason, who are both big Necromunda players. They play every year at Adepticon.
Yeah, I talked to him about that. Seemed pretty cool. And I was a Necromunda fan too. And I never not became a Necromunda fan. It's just once I discovered Dead Zone, even the first edition, I was like, this is better. I mean, it's the better game. No measuring. So it's like a board game. It's like a 3D board game. It's kind of cool. All right. Anything else from Adepticon?
I don't think so.
Okay. Overall, good times were had. Let's do a little around the old world, and then we'll wrap shizzing it up.
You are tuned into the Zlurpcast with the dirty player and the sneaky get.
Brought to you by Nurgle King. Yurdy K right away at Nurgle King now.
Around the old world.
All right, so at time of recording, middle of April, around the corner, we've got Andy's tournament in May, which again is in Ohio at the Mom convention.
Yeah.
Not a MILF convention.
Very different.
Not MILFs, just moms. No. What was the date on? Do you remember offhand again the date?
May 4th, I believe.
May 4th. So that's coming up in the Iowa area. Definitely check that out.
Then after that, I have some breaking news for you.
Breaking news. Do I know about this?
I don't think you know about this yet.
Oh, man. Okay. I'm ready.
May 14th, I'm going to be running a mini XCon day.
It's coming up.
I'm planning.
May 14th.
Yeah. So I'm planning on playing. Yep. So we're going to be playing some Dead Zone and stuff in the morning, and then I'm planning a lunch trip to Kuma's Corner. And then after that, we're going to go to Tappers, which is a arcade/bar. Has a lot of classic arcade games and stuff.
This all sounds really awesome, except there's a but for me.
And then after that,
damn it, so mad.
We're gonna
go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
Then after that, we're gonna come back here and play some Super Show and some other card games and stuff.
This was big breaking news because I didn't realize you were doing something so quick. Like so soon. We're closing on our house May 13th. So moving the next day. Yeah.
That's a pretty big butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Mike and Katie will be on vacation, so I'm not sure who's going to... This is kind of just kind of a warm-up.
Did you do this to not have any of us come?
No,
are you going to pull Spencer?
No.
That's a thing now.
I mean, I could move it back a week, but that's really not going to make it any better for you if you just moved the week before.
That might be doable. I don't want you to... Let's just say this is going on. I don't want to, this is informal though, correct?
Yes, very informal.
Let me check some things out. So you're trying to do it on a Saturday or Friday?
Saturday.
Okay. And then Sunday too, or no? Or a one day?
Just Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically it's somebody could theoretically drive up, drive down, or ideally, drive down Friday night or something. I don't know. It's I'm just trying to think about. So you got Blood Bowl or no?
No,
just Dead Zone.
Yeah, Dead Zone in the morning, and then kind of a lunch trip.
Kuma's Corner is great. I would love to try the indie location.
And then Tappers, I've never been there yet, but it looks awesome. So we're gonna go hang out there for a little bit, and then coming back here for Super Show and pizza and other games and shit.
Sounds really fun. Let me see.
So
what
I guess
we can
my
do.
breaking news is flexible now. I do have a couple weekends to choose from. I just didn't want to, like, I could do it at the very end of the May, but then we're getting very close to the next event we'll probably talk about.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, if it happens and I understand, but it would be really fun to go. So the next event is a Dreadball tournament that I'm running in June 4th at Drakstar Games in Batavia. 4 rounds, starts at noon, so you could drive up that morning, you wanted to. 4 rounds. All the rules are online. Just search on the Mantic North America Events Facebook page. Then later at night, we're playing Super Show as well at Dragstar. And it will be an XCW event called Prison Rules. And that's sort of a throwback. Prison Rules was a pay-per-view event title of the old Slurpee Wrestling Federation.
Yes.
It was also a title of a pay-per-view in the original, the Psycho Slam Federation.
Very nice.
So I'm bringing it over, and it's never changed what it means. Prison Rules is the XCW term for anything fucking goes. Anything fucking goes. That's Prison Rules. So the X-Rated Championship by Lemmy Adam has it right now. He got it at Adepticon, at Foolish Rumble. He will put that on the line. He also said he wants to check out Dreadball too, which is kind of surprising and awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
So that's
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's on June 4th. You're coming up.
I'm expecting to possibly have the ladder match rules done by then too, so maybe we could try those out.
Nice. Happy to play test. Play testing of rules encouraged before an event. Foolish Rumble was entirely foolish because I had to. Anthony had his whole deck in his hand. I go, bring it down to 15. Commissioner just walked over. Commissioner walked in and said 15. I had to do something. He had every fucking card in his hand. Unlimited stops. So, anyway, that sounds fun. I'm glad you're able to make it. You're going to bring your whole family up, and your son's playing Dreadball too, right?
Yep.
Cool.
So, should be interesting.
Should be a very good
if I
time.
could lose 4 more games.
You won't.
I probably will, Teratons.
Maybe.
But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So then that's in June. July is Zlurpee Bowl. Any news on that?
It's coming together very slowly, but July 14th, is that right?
I think it's 17 and 18. Or no, 16 and 17.
16, 17. July 16th and 17th, Zlurpee Bowl 12.
Yeah.
The location is, I'm signing the contract tomorrow, so that's all set and is really happening.
Nice.
I will be putting up a lot of details very soon.
Nice. I'm surprised it's still running after every year you pulling a Brett Favre every year.
Yeah, well, only you hear about that, though.
Oh, okay, then.
Everybody else thinks it's all hunky-dory.
Thinks it's still great. Yeah, what's really funny. So at my new job, thankfully there's not travel that goes with this job because I don't like traveling for work. But so I pretty much do my thing. But there's one client we have that has this huge charity event every year, and obviously I wasn't working there last year. This year, I saw the dates because I'm working on their website. It's July 17th. And so I already put my day off for Friday before. And I know it's probably a good, I should go to this, look good in the company and all that. But hey. So I missed Zlurpee Bowl last year. I don't want to miss it this year. I can't miss it this year. So I got to do it. But request that Friday off. I will be at Zlurpee Bowl. Guaranteed.
Saturday night was Zlurpee Bowl. We're going to have a big Super Show event as well to keep that theme going.
Very nice. This is going to be, is it a secret, the name?
No, it's not a secret. It's Crown Jewels.
The Crown Jewels. A very royal theme tournament?
Yeah, we're going to be crowning the first ever King of Zlurpee.
Is there any way you can try to get that guy Zach to show up? That sort of chimed in a few conversations. He's a big Super Show fan because his character is King Greatness, and I would love for him to be in it and be like, the real king is crowned kind of thing.
I think that would take some work. He's in Australia, isn't he?
No, he's in Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he was always chiming in on the Australian or the New Zealand.
Oh, I don't read that one. Let me look. I don't read that. I'm American.
Well, that's awesome. If he's from Kentucky, then maybe we can work something.
I don't think it's Kentucky. I think I'm just as a Yankee up here. All those southern states are the same to me. It's not Kentucky, but let me look it up.
Anyway, if he can come, that'd be awesome. If not, then it's going to be a King of the Ring style tournament. So whoever wins,
fuck, it is Kentucky. He lives in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So how far is that from you?
Bowling Green, 3.5, 4 hours.
Wow. You should send him a personal invite.
Maybe I will.
King Greatness. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't know. So it's going to be a King.
I don't know.
It's going to be a King of the Ring style tournament. So whoever wins it will be King of Zlurpee for a calendar year until they're uncrowned, or they have to fight for it again the following year.
I don't know.
At Zlurpee Bowl 13, which will possibly happen.
Zlurpee Bowl 13. Wow. I can't believe we're still running this tournament. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to retire together.
Well,
let the new class take over. Like
where is the new class?
Saved by the Bell, the new class. There isn't a new class.
That's the problem.
It is the problem. There will be with Games Workshop, I bet. You know what's going to happen when GW takes over and then eventually takes over the event scene? It's going to be like what Kings of War is right now with fantasy players taking over. A lot of the old Kings of War guys are going to be like, hey, we do it like this. No. We got a 100-person tournament that we just flipped the switch from Warhammer to Kings of War. We're taking over this town. It's going to be like that. The new breed's going to take over, and all the old Blood Bowl players, they're going to have to basically fall in line if they want to survive. That's how
your vision of the Blood Bowl future isn't a very bright one.
It's a very dystopian future.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a very exciting year for Blood Bowl from now till a year from now.
No, you're going to have to fall in line.
But
no,
it'll be interesting. I'll be along for the ride, and we'll see where it goes.
Zlurpee Bowl will be usurped into a Midwest regional run by Games Workshop.
And boy, will I not cry.
You will be fucking usurped like a motherfucker. They're going to be usurping Zlurpee all over the fucking place. Drinking that shit. Fucking Sprago. Fucking spraying that shit everywhere. You will see the usurping happen. All right. So anyway, enough with the dystopian future of Blood Bowl. Remember, in the grim, dark future, there is only these nuts. I think that's it. I think we're done here. Correct?
I don't know.
Oh, Chaos. No, I don't know. I get it. Chaos Cup. That's in September, Labor Day weekend. That's enough.
Gen Con is in August.
Gen Con's in August. That's enough. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and call this a night. Are you cool with that?
I am. Let's say one more farewell to the chair Nazi.
One more farewell to the chair Nazi. Cue the electronic bagpipes clip.
Oh, I'm down to one working microphone. I don't know if we should do that.
Okay. You don't want him to blow it.
Yeah.
Blow his bagpipe load all over you. Keep in mind, if you do own one of those collapsible chairs, don't act like someone who isn't in a collapsible chair. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah. Don't act like you sit on a throne.
Just trying to have fun. Didn't know it was allowed. It's like the fucking town in Footloose over there. All right. Well, episode 70 is coming to a close. We will talk to you again one day.
Maybe.
All right. I don't know.
Worst thing I ever heard. It was terrible. Horrendous. Well, it wasn't that bad. Oh, yeah? There were other parts of it I liked. Yeah, I liked a lot of it. Yeah, it was good. It was great. It was wonderful. Oh, bravo. More.
I don't know. I'm not good with names.
You're the same guy that says, I have a black friend. No, you don't.
Well, no, never mind. I'm just going to let it go.
You're going to let it go. You had a black friend in school. You don't have one now. Do you have a black friend?
Now? No. I live in Indiana.
What, black friends are still illegal? It is kind of true, though. They are. There.